Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking another look here, of course, at Terra Classic, seeing what's going on, helping understand best practice and big picture, and mostly looking at the descending trend line that we were able to break away from yesterday and essentially create higher highs and higher lows. It's a really, really good situation so far. So when I was expecting the price action to bounce yesterday, and it did, I felt really good and happy about that, and actually got some good feedback from a lot of my community members that were trading this coin and took some serious profits. So good job and congratulations on that. I'm going to move forward here starting soon with some social media. Make sure I start posting those results here so you guys can see it, because it's really awesome to be able to, I guess, share that with my community. Okay, so again, check that out on your own time. All that stuff can be found here, of course, on my webpage here. So cryptocash.tech, you got all the social media stuff. Furthermore, as well, keep this in mind. I also offer Trading Academy community and signal group. So if you want to become a better trader, I teach you how to trade. And of course, I send out signals for every single trade that I take. It is fully automated. Very last thing here is with BitGet, I highly recommend you take advantage of this bonus up through November 30th. If you transfer funds over and trade with this exchange, you'll see a bonus deposit within 5 days. It's really awesome. I was able to benefit from this myself personally. The more you transfer, the better your results. And obviously, the more volume you trade, even better, because that is what gets you that percentage back over time. Take a look here at Terra Classic, though. Here's the thing. First of all, just to quickly touch on this, let's go with the daily first, and then work our way down. First of all, we got this descending trend, which was running concurrent with the 20-day set moving average on the 4-hour chart. We've broken through that, okay? Now, we're not above the 20-day SMA on the daily just yet, because we are getting rejected there tentatively, but we are actually in pretty good position right now for the price action to likely break to the upside. Once again, we need a little bit more volume at this level, and we need Bitcoin to behave a little bit better than it has recently to get us there. And what I mean by that, and I'll show you on smaller time frames, with the better Bitcoin does, the worse some altcoins are doing right now. And coins like this here, Terra Classic, is starting to recede a little bit based on Bitcoin coming up. It's that natural Bitcoin dominance increase, whereas alts will decrease, okay? So just know that there's a natural phenomenon there. So as Bitcoin does better, Terra Classic does worse in small ways, right? It's not directly correlated, but there is similarities. Good news is, though, we bounced out 50 on the RSI, and this is extremely important. I was talking about this yesterday, where we got a close above 50 on the RSI. It was really helpful. We also got this bullish engulfing candle here as well. That's extremely important. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but essentially what you do is you just take a close look here, and you can see that this green is bigger than this red, right, from bottom to top. So it's basically engulfing, just implying that this 24-hour period was better than the last 24-hour period, and it basically returned all the all the negatives or the losses. Okay, so it's right back to where it started and then some, and that's a really positive thing to see. Okay, so really good stuff there. The MACD, of course, is still diverging. So again, we're not out of the woods yet, but you can see that this is starting to dissipate a little bit, and as that starts to work itself up, then we're going to be in a position where the price action will continue to increase. Again, the MACD on the daily isn't super telling. I prefer to look at the 4-hour, because that's a little bit more of a faster moving average, and it works better. When the 12 intersects with the 26 in an upward or downward fashion, it gives you that convergence or divergence that really helps you understand the overall momentum. Right now, though, the momentum is shifting bullish, and we bounced off 50 on the RSI. That is the key takeaway on the daily. That is important to recognize. So here is the 4-hour, and this is what I was referring to previously yesterday. If you saw my video, you'll know there is essentially a 20-day set moving average, whereas the price action was aligned with this descending trend. So it held the price action in place for quite some time. You can see these lower highs consistently. But great news is we broke above there, and the price action has been continuing since, right at this support level at about 29,700. Okay, you can round up and just say 30,000 as a rough estimate. That's pretty darn close to right where the price action is consolidating. And that's good, because if I recall correctly, we got a lot of volume right there, okay? So with that amount of volume that we have, it gives us that base, that foundation to build on, okay? So again, the likelihood of the price action coming lower from here is lower, but it still could possibly happen. And the reason why I say that, and this is easier to identify if you take a look at the 4-hour time frame and Bitcoin. Take a look at Bitcoin here. See how it's doing one of these, it's coming up, whereas Terra Classic's coming down. It's a natural thing that happens with Bitcoin dominance. As Bitcoin dominance increases, so does altcoins in the sense that they decrease. Okay, it's very standard. So again, that's what's happening right now. So keep in mind the sell-off here is a natural sell-off. For one, it's natural in the sense that it was slightly overextended here. We can see we hit a 9 on TD sequential, basically implying we had a full 36 hours of continuation of the upside without much of a retracement or consolidation. So it makes sense the price is coming back down, but it would also make sense for the price to kind of bounce off this key level support at 30,000. All right, so again, just some things to kind of, put in your tool belt there and kind of think about, because again, when you're using technical analysis, obviously fundamental stuff is important, but when it comes to good TA, it really helps to look at everything abstractly without any emotion. I know it's really easy to say, but it's absolutely an important thing. So taking a look here at the RSI, you can see 50 is just kind of cruising right there at 50, and it's definitely doing well. But all in all, that doesn't tell us too much. When you average the price out at 50, it's kind of just consolidating there, and it's not really all that telling. What is kind of telling here, though, and this is something that's kind of normal, we're starting to lose this bullish momentum. Okay, so again, keep in mind we're only about 2 to 3 hours. Well, sorry, 2 4-hour candlesticks, maybe 8 to 12 hours into this correction. Those can last for 36 hours, right? So we may have another 24 hours of downside, but it may not be significant. It might just be another sideways action here before the next leg up. If it were to come down, we want to make sure the next low isn't lower than the most previous low at 26,000. 26,700. Let's say it's 27,000 to be safe. If we wick down to 28,000, 27,000, we'll still be in good shape as long as we don't close below that. Okay, that's the important thing, because what that would do is that would break this higher low trend that we have so far, and that would signify a shift in direction. Okay, so those are things I like to pay attention to, and that is ultimately something you might want to kind of consider looking into. So last thing to summarize here with TD sequential on the 1 hour. Let's take a look at this here. First of all, we came down to a 9. We had, basically 2 9s in a row, for lack of better terms. That's why I expect the price to recover, and it did. But again, there's no guarantees on that, but that's a likelihood of the price action doing so when you have 2 9s in a row. Well, when it comes back up here, it comes up to a 7, got reset down to a 6, comes up to another 7, reset down to a 6, and then to an 8. So, Terra Classic is running a very consistent pattern here of 7s, 8s, and 9s. And if we're at a 6 right now to the downside, is there a likelihood of a bounce in the next 2 or 3 hours? Absolutely. Yeah. So we shouldn't see the price action come tremendously lower here. And in fact, we could probably extend out this support level here, or this ascending trend, and hopefully allow it to continue to work within that. Okay. So all in all, really, really good stuff here. I like what I see so far for Terra Classic. The very last thing I'd like to summarize with is the cloud. And we are above the cloud. We do have confirmation there. Conversion lines above the baseline. Lagging span is, however, within the price action. So when you see that, that would basically have told you to have closed your long position and at least to have taken some profits. Again, this is a conservative indicator. I love to use it because it works really well for my trading style. I'm not an aggressive trader that takes massive risks. I try to take calculated risks and ones that are likely going to return my investment. Right? And that's what the Ichimoku Cloud helps you do. It helps you get in at the right time and get out at the right time as well. Albeit sometimes you can get out a little early, sometimes you can get in a little early. Right? It's one of those two get in a little late. A lot of times you can be a little late to the party. But again, that's what conservativeness does, right? That's the way that it works. So pick your trading style. Your risk tolerance should be based on you and your own qualities as a person. And as long as you stay, mentally sound and physically fit, I think those are things that are really important here to be a better trader, personally. I mean, me, my physical journey, being healthy and, better, in the overall sense of, just a better me, allows for my mind to be clearer and for my decision making to be more sound. Right. Again, just some things to kind of think about. Either way, that's where we're at here for Terra Classic. I would say we should expect more upside with a slight pullback initially. This doji candle we want to kind of pay attention to, but the day hasn't closed yet, and we'll see here soon what that implies. I might consider covering Terra Classic later today because I get a tremendous amount of requests for this coin. And then also possibly, obviously, well, not possibly, definitely in the morning. I cover this daily for the moment, but I might also consider, taking a look at it later today. So thanks again so much for your support. And obviously you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site, link in the description below. And obviously make sure you enroll with BitGet and use their service. It's a fantastic exchange. Definitely recommend it. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.